You ever wonder why people laugh when you speak? Why your ideas don't land? Why, even when you try to sound confident, no one really listens? It's not that you're not smart. It is not about your bank balance. Rather, this is about some social skill issues that make you less important at a table. And in this video, I'm going to break down why people subconsciously ignore your authority and how to rebuild that powerful presence that makes people stop, look, and listen to your words. Stay till the end, because the last reason is something 99% of men never notice, and it silently destroys your presence. So let's get into it. The first reason is that your energy feels needy, not grounded. Your energy speaks before your words do. People don't just hear you, they feel you. If your vibe is restless, overly animated, or desperate for approval, others pick it up instantly. That's why some men can walk into a room and instantly command attention without saying a word. Their calmness radiates confidence. Their energy quietly says, "I don't need your validation." See, true charisma isn't about loudness or being the most entertaining guy in the room. It's about being grounded. When your emotions are under control, your presence becomes powerful. You stop reacting to everything and start responding with intention. It all begins with something simple, your breathing. When you slow your breath, your nervous system relaxes. Your thoughts become clear. You stop feeling anxious and start feeling anchored. And people can feel that shift in you. Calm energy is magnetic because it makes others feel safe and drawn to your stability. While everyone else is chasing attention, you become the man who naturally commands it. Now that your energy is grounded, let's talk about the next level, how to sound confident without trying too hard. The second reason is that you try to sound confident instead of being certain. Most people think confidence is about how loud you talk or how strong you sound. But here's the truth, confidence tries to prove something, while certainty simply knows. You don't have to raise your voice, use fancy words, or act like you're sure. Real power comes from inner conviction, from actually believing what you say. When you speak with that kind of certainty, people feel it. They may not always agree, but they'll respect your words because they sense you're not trying to convince them, you're just expressing truth. That's what makes someone magnetic. Certainty is quiet. It doesn't need to show off. It doesn't beg for validation. It just stands firm and lets others adjust to its energy. Think of it like a mountain, solid, unshaken, still. That's the kind of presence people listen to. Now that you've learned how to project quiet certainty, let's move into the next part, how your body language either amplifies or destroys that presence. The third reason is that you move like you don't belong. Your body speaks louder than your words ever will. Most men don't realize it, but they move like they're apologizing for existing. Shoulders slouched, steps rushed, hands fidgeting. That kind of energy screams, "I don't belong here." And if your body says that, no one will believe your words when you try to sound confident. You can't project strength when your body language whispers insecurity. Real presence comes from stillness and control. Stand tall. Move slower. Let your gestures look intentional, not nervous. When you walk into a room, don't rush or shrink. Take your time, own your space, and move like you have every right to be there, because you do. Every movement you make should weigh it. It's not about acting dominant, it's about being present in your body. When your movements are deliberate, people feel it. They stop and pay attention, even if you haven't said a word. That's how charisma begins, through body language that speaks confidence before your mouth does. Now that you understand how movement shapes respect, let's talk about another reason, the way your voice can either attract attention or lose it instantly. The fourth reason is that you don't command space, you fill it with noise. Most men think being talkative makes them appear confident, but in reality, it often does the opposite. Overtalking is usually insecurity wearing a mask. You keep speaking because silence feels uncomfortable, like a spotlight revealing how uneasy you are with yourself. But here's the twist, silence isn't weakness. It's power. Charismatic men understand this deeply. They don't rush to fill every gap. They let their words breathe. Because it's not just what you say that matters. It's the space between your words that creates impact. That tiny pause before your next sentence, that's tension. That's authority. When you can sit comfortably in silence, people lean in. They start to feel your calm control. You're no longer chasing attention, you're commanding it. Every pause becomes a statement that says, "I'm in no hurry to prove myself." So stop using words to fill space. Use silence to own it. The man who's not afraid of silence becomes the one everyone listens to. Now that you understand how your voice can project quiet authority, let's move into the next step, setting boundaries that make people naturally respect you without saying a single word. The fifth reason is that you don't have standards, you have excuses. People stop taking you seriously the moment your actions don't match your words. You can talk about confidence, goals, and respect all you want, but if you don't live it, no one will believe you. When you say you'll do something and fail to follow through, you're silently teaching others that your word has no weight. Masculine energy isn't about being tough, it's about being consistent. It's the quiet discipline that says, I mean what I say. Every time you honor your promises, hold your boundaries, or walk away from disrespect, your presence gets stronger. People start feeling your self-respect before they even understand it. The truth is, you don't need to prove yourself when your actions already do it for you. Consistency is louder than confidence. Discipline is sexier than talk. When you move with purpose and stand by your standards, others automatically treat you differently because they can sense you're not playing small anymore. Now that you've built inner strength through consistency, let's bring everything together. How to radiate that calm, masculine energy that silently commands respect everywhere you go. Maintaining real presence isn't about staying serious all the time. It's about staying centered no matter what's happening around you. When pressure hits, most people lose their frame. They start reacting instead of responding. But a man with true presence doesn't get pulled into chaos, he anchors it. The secret is emotional control. You breathe before you speak. You observe before you react. You respond from strength, not impulse. That calm power makes people trust and respect you without you saying a word. Because presence isn't a moment, it's a mindset. And when you master it, you lead every room you enter. Now, if you think this video is really helpful in developing social skills, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss new, powerful social psychology lessons. Thanks for watching.